drive. All of these cars grouped together in the same category. Chris is quite an exponent of this type of car, and we should see quite a spectacular display if Chris is up to standard today in his Datsun 1600. As if they go wrong, that's far worse than going slow through it. Points are lost for time, and also for very much so, for a long way, and also for knocking markers or dislodging a marker from its position. It'll be interesting to see Chris's reverse spin when he comes back out of the garage. He's starting it now, coming back out with clouds of smoke. And that was quite well done before.
Roger, you want him? I don't know where.
Could the clerk, of course, Roger, please come to the officials at this event, please. Roger Matthews. Anyway, at least he knows who he is, and it's very sure out there in the WA Car Club. Member of the WA Car Club, and they're holding Gemini. The Shaw brothers always try very hard and put on a good display of control driving. And that's a very good movement all the way in one go. That's the way to do it. So, car 9 Barry Shaw, showing that he has done it all before. Very good effort. And Mark, I don't know, it doesn't say a great deal about him on my sheet. It says other motorsport experience. It says no, so he must be a first time. No, he's not. He's a winner of Class C in round 3 in 1982. So Mark has been competing before. And what he said about here is other motorsport experience obviously is referring to rallying or otherwise. He's certainly been in motorcars before. His car is nicely presented. He's certainly driving well at the moment. So Mark Hallam coming around to do his reverse spin and enter the garage for the last time. And that completes a very smooth control. You see quite a spectacular drive from Andrew Wallace, I would expect. A little close to there, had to be careful because knocking that marker would not have helped the result. And there's a bit of controlled movement. We'll just watch his approach back to go into that garage, see if he does just as well. Very neatly done. He'll come out of there into a reverse spin. And Andrew Wallace completes his run in the Hopkirk in the 1983 State Motorcar round, and obviously his brother beat him last year, so he's out to try and do better this year.
Can you ask car 1 Alison Palmer to come up and have another go?
Could Alison Palmer, I think she's still the car is there, Russell in it, could Alison see about having another run in this event? There's apparently some problem with timing. So if Alison Palmer could have a run at this event again. Russell's a member of the WA Car Club, and we've got a terrific roll-up of members of the WA Car Club here today. Very good to see competition both here in a state motorcar and individually as clubs as well. There are a number of motorsport clubs in Western Australia, and so quite a few of them represented here today. People enjoying their sport. Russell showing how and why he's done very well in the past, but just sort of overdoing it a little bit at that stage then. And the reverse spin coming into that final garage. Bill Hunt, line first in class, has just got to put up a good time to make sure he stays in position. And the comment on the program where it says always last to start, but usually first at the finish. Duck and weave that Hunty, that's Bill Hunt. We'll watch him see how good he is on a reverse spin. And that's really how it should be done. We're getting very close to it anyway. Good effort there. So we have another of our front-engine, front-wheel drive cars, but with a slightly different wheelbase to the Minis. And in actual fact, Shane's time of 278.90 is considerably faster than the fastest time being set by the standard Minis of 297.60. So it looks like Honda Civics is something to be reckoned with, certainly when they're driven the way that Shane's driving is now. Now that's the way it should be done. That's a great effort. Very good. Good effort at the start of this event. 297.72, only 2 seconds behind second place. So he'd be trying hard. And every time I say that, the poor old guys then have some troubles out there. Bill Stewart getting the off-road VW really wound up now. Those funny angled wheels and everything else. Certainly seems to get its traction onto the ground where it's wanted. Now we'll see what a rear-engine, rear-wheel drive car spins around beautifully like that, but wears forwards. VW gearboxes were always said to be very smooth. The four turbines that are here today. Running, as I said, second in the ladies in Class E. Second in the ladies in Class E and 11th in Class E outright. And it jumped out of gear, which I would imagine Estelle was not happy about. And you'll see something quite unusual on the dashboard of Jim Newell's car if you ever get a chance to have a look at it. And unfortunately for Jim, he has stalled it and got a marker. So having run second up until this point, I would think that that has ruined Jim's chances for either improving it or even possibly holding that position. In fact, makes it very hard for Jim today. But you will see a chronometer on the dashboard, and that's the way to do a reverse spin and in. Takana Clinton was first in the second round in 1981 and placed fourth outright in the 1982 championship. The car 34, Clinton Zerlich out there now. Clinton at the start of this event was running fifth in Class E, which is at the time of 237.49. He was only just 2.03 seconds out of being in fourth. And by the look of things, these little specials like that particular corner, because it's the second one in about 3 cars or so to have collected. So Grant Lever wouldn't be happy with that. As I say, he was in ninth position before. That would not help him stay in that position. But the control of the movement of these cars is great to watch. There's a reverse spin in the weighted handicap section of today's event. Now, I'm not too sure whether someone there in the program may be having a go at Peter for his reasonably ample figure or what. But it doesn't seem to be slowing the Turman Special down at all. As I I say, in fourth place as at the start of this event. And going very well, and you'll see a good reverse spin again here. After the 9 events completed before this one, 2:33.03, trailing Jim Newell at that stage, but of course Jim Newell did have a transgression in doing the Hopkirk, so Dave will be trying very hard for a second or third position with his drive right now, and going well. Oh, and 252.94 was running in 8th position prior to the start of this event. And that same corner seems to be upsetting a lot of the specials. In fact, a lot of these cars that were covered all around and harder than one would think to see out of didn't have the same problem. The specials at this stage are having decided problems with that corner of the garage. Eagle is in for the last time in his mini special doing the Hopkirk, and he's just managed to get a few more, and we've certainly psyched Eagle right out of it. But there's one thing about it, Eagle. So Ross is certainly a very, very competitive driver. His car is immaculately turned out, and he's helped out Jim Newell today by lending him some tyres. Jim's weren't available, or did not arrive in time, so he's a lot of help as well. Now we'll see why everyone says that this is his event. 7th outright, 7th in Class E as at before this event, on 249.93. Dave Barnes, placed 6th outright in 1982, coming around in the Hopkirk event. So his reverse spin into the garage. Gulp at the start of this event on 244.73. So having a little bit of a problem with his times, obviously, prior to this event. Certainly trying there in the turbine special. And these turbines are certainly a credit to the manufacturers and the builders. They've made a great job on them. Certainly look like fun to drive when you get the hang of it. And there's a good reverse spin too. But both, she must be a good bet for this year's Ladies Championship. Obviously she hasn't been listening to her husband Ross Bennett, because she's leading the ladies start of this event on 277.25. So a considerable margin up on Estelle Turner at that stage. So as long as she goes fairly well in this run, she's looked like going very well for today. So maybe not listening to Ross's advice today and going out and doing it on her own. So good effort.